Many people are wondering whether America and the US military will move to help Israel in the midst of the war with Iran. The answer is in this episode. The latest movements of the US military amid the war with Iran indicate a noticeable escalation in military surveillance and regional defense, with clear signs of tactical preparations and possibly preparations for offensive operations. The aircraft carriers USS Nimitz and USS Carl Vinson have been deployed to the region to support defense against any threats with aerial surveillance. A fleet of destroyers such as the USS Arleigh Burke and USS the Sullivans is operating in the eastern Mediterranean to intercept Iranian missiles. The number of US troops in the region has also reached around 40 soldiers, alongside fighter jets and air support from F-16s, F-22s, F-35s and aerial refueling tankers. At another stage, we are talking about an increased European air presence with dozens of F-22s, F-35s and tanker aircraft deployed to bases in Europe and the United Kingdom in anticipation of a rapid move toward the Middle East. These aircraft have not carried out offensive operations so far, but their strategic deployment allows for a rapid activation of any specific administrative decision. Third, there is an increased warning and the possibility of deep strikes. The Trump administration has hinted at the possibility of using massive MOP bombs, massive ordnance penetrators, to target Iranian nuclear facilities such as the underground Fordo site. Iran has also been warned that it must surrender unconditionally. President Trump also spoke about American control over Iranian airspace, while emphasizing that the goal is not to kill Khamenei, at least for now, and we underline the words "for now." The United States is also taking on a defensive role and issuing a strategic warning. The United States supports Israel defensively by intercepting Iranian missiles and aircraft and working to enhance protection for Israeli forces. The American military presence, despite its officially defensive nature, is interpreted as a concentration of force ready for any escalation scenario. Through this, the threat posed by the US and its military to Iran is one of comprehensive consequences. On the other hand, Iran has warned that any direct intervention by the United States will lead to an all-out war in the Middle East. Statements like, "We know exactly where Khamenei is, but that he is not a target, at least for now," make it clear that the Trump administration prefers precautionary pressure while keeping the military option open. In summary, the current American presence in the region is a defensive, or technically and tactically defensive deployment. But at the same time, it raises concerns among many countries in the region. And here we are talking about China, the primary beneficiary of smuggled Iranian oil at a bargain price. Iran could even be considered the main oil supplier to China. We are also talking about neighboring Pakistan, which has not hidden its desire to help and support Iran, but American intervention would push both China and Pakistan, and perhaps even Russia, to assist and support Iran in order to maintain the balance of power in the region. There is also strategic preparation for deep air strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities, especially the Fordo facility, which is located underground and which Israeli fighter jets have been unable to target due to its strong fortifications and the depth of its underground location. Here we're talking about destroyers and nuclear bombs used by the United States, which are capable of reaching and destroying this facility. That is why Israel is demanding the assistance and intervention of the American military specifically on this point. The military scenario are not entirely open, but there are clear warning signs, including Trump's threats and the use of air power. Hey Trump, when he came, he said, "I came to end wars and to make deals." But today, he is deceived and doesn't know whether he should support Israel, considering the success achieved by the strike at its outset, and on the first day with the assassination of the top leaders of the army, the presidency of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and the leadership of the Iranian army. Or should he wait? Because any intervention now would mean a direct declaration of war from Iran against America's allies, especially in the Arabian Gulf, as well as its military bases in the region, such as Al-Udeid base in Qatar and in Al-Assad base in Iraq. The conflict is escalating toward a full-scale war if Washington intervenes directly. At that point, so what are Washington's military options? The first option is limited airstrikes targeting key nuclear facilities such as Fordo and Iraq using B-2 Spirit aircraft capable of penetrating deep into Iran. MOP bombs weighing 15 tons would be used to destroy underground facilities. The goal is to destroy or cripple the nuclear program and prevent any rapid progress toward acquiring nuclear weapons. The second option involves units such as Cyber Command and NASA or NSA targeting Iranian air defense systems. This includes communication systems and nuclear power stations. The advantage of this option is that there are no American casualties, and it is difficult to trace immediately. As for the third option, it is a limited ground intervention by special forces such as Delta Force or Navy SEALs. These would be specialized missions such as infiltrating weapons depots or eliminating high-value targets. However, this scenario remains unlikely unless American or Israeli forces are subjected to a large-scale direct attack, political factors influencing the military decision. In the United States, President Trump is facing internal pressure due to his election campaign in 2024, 2025, and he may use military escalation to rally conservative support. Congress is divided. Some Republicans are calling for decisive strikes, while the Democrats are warning against a protracted war.